Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to hop on and kind of just have a more open-ended conversation about my weight loss journey. I've done a lot of reflecting lately, and there's still some goals that I've not managed to hit yet, and I wanted to really just get on here and kind of talk about my new way of thinking and what I'm going to be trying in my journey, because I feel like this is the biggest thing. Obviously motivation, it comes and it goes, and I've been on my journey for years now. I started 4 or 5 years ago, and I lost 60-70 pounds, around that. It fluctuates. I've never really put on the weight that I've lost, but I definitely, from my lowest point, have probably been up 5 or 10 pounds. So in the beginning I got really strict. I started with a weight loss clinic. I had appetite suppressants, fat burners, and more just the knowing I would have to check in with this place every week. They're giving me this program, this plan, and these supplements, and I'm going to go weigh in and be in front of these people every week. It's not myself. It's not me knowing if I'm going to the gym or eating right. It's me going and stepping on the scale in front of other people. So that was definitely a big motivator. That's what kind of kickstarted my journey. And then I just changed my ways. I changed my eating habits, and I was going to the gym and have seen results since then. And when I'm not as good, I'll definitely feel my pants get a little tighter, and when I am as good, they'll be a little looser. But I think the main thing, like me hitting my plateau and not being able to lose these last 15 pounds and really just like be happy in my weight loss journey, is because of my thinking about food and my relationship with food. That has been my biggest struggle. I can eat healthy, but then if I feel like I'm like really lacking, I guess, that sense of satisfaction through food, if I'm cutting out too much or cutting back too much because I'm like, oh my God, my pants are tight, now I gotta cut, then that might work for a few days, and then I do get a snack binge or whatever it is and go down that rabbit hole for a night or 2 days or whatever it is, and then I'm back and being mad at myself, and then I'm cutting out everything again. It's like a give and take. I'm never truly happy and truly satisfied. Yes, there's some days I can eat clean and it can feel good, but what happens is when I do eat bad, I'm so scared of losing or of gaining the weight back, and just this feeling of just being so like afraid, really, not yet reached my goal, and I don't want to take any steps back. And so when I do take a step back, or I eat bad or negative, or think negative about myself, then I go into that whole like almost like purging. I've never thrown up or done anything that drastic, but I know there are people that do and have eating disorders because of it, and I do feel like I definitely am mentally not right with my relationship with food. I eat really bad and I continue to eat bad for that night or whatever. I'm just eating a whole bag of chips or ice cream or whatever it is I'm indulging, and then it's so good and I haven't had it for a week or whatever, then I'm just like, I can't just have a little bite or have a few of them. I'm going in, like I said, this rabbit hole, and then I feel so bad that I'm like taking everything out. I don't even want rice with my meals, or no carbs, or being super strict, and it's like then I'm getting back to that place, and it's like I'm not going anywhere. I'm not really gaining too much weight. I might gain a pound or two or lose a pound or two in between those fluctuated times, but it's no real actual results, and I'm not leaning out and toning out and seeing the results in the gym because I'm going up and down with my eating. So I really have decided to stop trying to really take everything out of my diet and go back and forth and really just have a whole food diet, like whole foods, legit vegetables and fruits, everything that's grown from the earth, buying my rice and cooking it from scratch and not the little packets of rice-a-roni and those little things, and same with beans and everything, lots of protein, and just really making sure that no matter what, I have these full meals, that I'm feeling full and satisfied and happy, and I'm using the flavors and sauces that I like, and I'm having rice in my meals, and I'm just making sure that I'm sticking to the serving size. If there's a day where I'm not as hungry, then I might skip the extra carbs or whatever, but I'm going to start making sure that I have these whole meals with lots of like fresh foods, and preparing my food ahead of time. I usually am pretty good at that, and since I'm working at home now, I'm gonna have to really get better at that, because usually I just prepare a whole bunch of stuff and take it to work with me. Here I'm like, oh, I'll just do it in the morning, I'm here anyway. So I really got to set myself up for this new lifestyle, and was watching videos on YouTube. I've been really just back into getting on YouTube and watching how people are, doing it. And there's one girl, I was watching her video and she's like, I love my dessert. I love, I have a sweet tooth. So she'll have, the low calorie options, or she'll do strawberries with low fat Cool Whip. And I'm just like, I was so restrictive of like, oh my God. And I'm like, no, have those things, have healthier versions and options, and low fat yogurt with fruit and different things. And I would eat those for snacks anyway, but some days I would feel so bad and I would just like cut out everything. But I'm like, you know what? If I mess up, I mess up. But I need to the next day have a nice meal still. Like, I don't need to cut out all this stuff. I need to change my relationship with food, and I don't want it to be a give and take anymore. I want to feed my body to be healthy. I want to enjoy what I'm eating. I want to feel satisfied all the time, and I don't want to stress and do all of that. So I am just really trying to change that relationship. It has definitely been a learning experience, and I still have so much to learn, and it's hard. And just because I'm saying this on camera and saying that I want to change my relationship with food doesn't mean that I don't have to put in the work. Like I said, if you are on a journey, no matter where you're starting, just know that it's possible. I didn't think that I was going to get to this point. That's why I think I'm so like bummed that I have not gone all the way in my journey that I want to go. But I know it's possible, and I know that it's only possible if I really set myself up for me being in a good place. I love coffee, and I found coffee that I like more now, the way I do it, versus my old Starbucks order. Like, I used to love, white mocha and hazelnut. Now I do, a sugar-free hazelnut and a little bit of heavy cream. And it's just finding things that are still satisfying. I still treat myself, and not, punishing yourself, but trying to have as many good days as you can, and as many feeling good meals. I'm not so scared of all these things, pastas and all this. Like, I'm going to try to, if I want to incorporate a little bit of something here and there, and just make sure the portion sizes are a lot smaller. Like the girls that I was telling you I was watching, she was doing like these little whole grain like Eggo waffle things that were a lot less in calories, but she put a little almond butter on it. I'm like, that sounds so good. Those are things that I would be scared to incorporate in my diet, but I'm just like, I know I need to incorporate these things in my diet. I need to, still watch and be cautious of, how many carbs and different things that I'm eating, but that's what a well-balanced meal is. It's, healthy fats and protein and good carbs, not sitting there and eating a bag of potato chips, because those are the things that I would go to when I cut too much. I don't want that bag of hot Cheetos or whatever it is. I would want those things because I felt like I'm just cutting so much, but I need to incorporate little pita chips and a little bit of hummus, have like little things like that to where I can incorporate it and have my little fix and not go crazy when I do finally like break and get it. So it's all about balance, and it's all about finding what works for you. I try to, do nights where I do like lettuce wraps or stuffed peppers to cut those carbs. Like, I'm not saying like, you want to have carbs with every meal. Obviously you need to find a balance, but I don't want to be so hard on myself. I want to be fueling my body and doing it in the best way possible. And yeah, just trying to change my mentality around food and what's good and what's bad and all that stuff, because we put it in so many categories. And when you hear diet, you're like, oh my God, you're thinking to cut out everything. But it's about finding that balance, drinking your water. And I do try to keep like teas and bone broth and stuff like that on deck, so that in between those meals, if I'm feeling hungry and I know that I really shouldn't be snacking on something so heavy, just having something to fill me. So I don't know, I just wanted to get in here and chit chat and kind of just talk about what I've been thinking about a lot, my relationship with food, and just really finding what drives you, you know what I mean, to eating and binging and all those things. And really just the only way you're going to make this change is by doing it in a happy and healthy way. For you to genuinely be happy with food and what you're eating and healthy. That's how you're going to reach that end goal. And that's nothing that a doctor or nutritionist has to tell you. That's just facts. It's about putting good, healthy foods that grow from the earth into your body, and not having processed stuff and processed sugar, but also enjoying what you're eating. Being able to make that spaghetti squash and throw some meatballs and make it all saucy and throw some cheese on top of it. It's about finding things that are going to be delicious and not trying to cut so much, not doing the bland chicken and this and that, and just like doing it for 5 days straight because you're so scared of that bad weekend you had, because then you're going to, guess what, get to the weekend and be like, all right, I'm going to get free a little bit, I'm gonna get a little loose, and then you're gonna get too loosey goosey, and you're gonna go back to that. So like I said, it's a teeter-totter thing, and you can really get into a bad cycle. So try to just remember, it's okay. It's okay. And I know that some people, it might take longer, you know, it might take more time if you're not doing it and you're not cutting as much. But at the end of the day, you want to be able to maintain this over time and years and be happy and feel confident. Always feel like you're working towards your goal and towards, you know, maintaining something that you work so hard for. So I don't know, I'm kind of just like rambling and all over the place with my thoughts, but I really wanted to get on camera and share this because that's something that I struggled with, my relationship with food. So just really narrowing that down and getting that figured out is going to help you guys so much on this weight loss journey. I'm in the process of doing that myself. So just real whole meals and just really using stuff that we should be eating and putting in our bodies to fuel it anyway. Those things that come from, you know, the planet and the ground and the soil and the fruits and the veggies and all of that. So yeah, I hope that this video helped you guys. I also started to do like a little calendar thing. I'll give you a sneak peek, so I'm gonna do a separate video, but this is my March calendar, and I kind of just like have it as a visual reference for my days, my good days, my okay days, and my great days of eating. And I like that visual kind of calendar that I see on my fridge every day. Just reminds me of where I'm at, where I'm going, you know what I mean? And it just is those little things to help keep you in check and remind you. So I'll definitely do a more in-depth video about that and keep you guys updated on my weight loss journey. I would like to hear from you too, what works and what you're doing and how you have changed your relationship with food. Please comment below, let me know. All my socials linked below if you guys want to chat and just reach out to me on a more personal level. But I thank you guys for watching during this downtime, during the whole like lockdown situation that we're in right now. It's really giving me time, like I said, to reflect, and not just that, but to get busy and get focused on what I want with my health, with getting back on my YouTube grind and just everything. I have this extra time now and I'm at home and I'm working from home, and I'm grateful that I have the ability to do that, but also I'm just like, I need to use this time to my advantage as well. So I am hoping that you guys are all doing well wherever you're at, and I will see you in my next video.